one country with strong growth realities is actually, of course, India. Just looking at the banking sector, well, ICICI Bank is planning to add as many as 500 branches annually in the next 3 years. That's according to a report in the Press Trust of India. To discuss the expansion plans at India's second largest lender, I'm now joined by Chanda Kochhar. She's the CEO. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a great opportunity in India. You're growing steadily. The growth is incredible compared to the other also emerging markets. How are you going to take advantage of that completely? Is expansion on the table and expansion through acquisitions?
Yes, actually growth opportunity is very well diversified in India. I mean, the growth is getting driven by domestic consumption and by the investments that are taking place. So for the banking sector, it's a huge opportunity. As our GDP grows by 9% per annum, banks like us can grow at upwards of 25% per annum. And this growth will come across the consumer, the corporate, the SME sector.
That is, but organic growth?
Yeah,
on top of that, you can do acquisitions.
So, the whole approach would be to really plan ourselves to grow organically for sure. And that's why the plan to add about 500 branches every year. But along the way, if you come across a great opportunity at the right price that makes a good amount of cost-benefit sense, we would grab it additionally.
What kind of opportunity would it be? Is it a specific market that you're targeting or something that would add to a portfolio that at the moment you feel you don't have strong enough?
No, it would really be to add further to our branch network, to add to our presence across the country because it's a vast country. So just about 6 months ago, we acquired a bank in India, which was called the Bank of Rajasthan, and that added substantially to our branch network. But as I said, the plan is to continue to grow organically. During the way, if we come across an inorganic opportunity, we would take advantage of that.
And this what, inside India or also outside? Are there overseas opportunities?
Well, it's both, but I would think that the growth would be faster in India just by the sheer momentum of growth that is taking place in India. Outside of India, we are present in 18 countries already, and what we are doing is deepening our presence in those countries.
Can the Indian banking system at the moment actually make sure that everything in terms of infrastructure that is necessitated will be fully absorbed?
The infrastructure in the form of physical infrastructure. I think India has a huge need to create infrastructure. One way to look at it is that could become an impediment to growth if we do not put enough infrastructure in place. But the other way is that that's a huge opportunity for corporates to invest in infrastructure, for banks to finance infrastructure. And currently I'm seeing that there is a huge momentum of infrastructure investment starting to take place in India. And what we will have to ensure is that from the Indian banking sector, with a mix of short-term, medium-term, long-term funds, and a mix of funds from the global capital flows, we have to manage to fund this infrastructure requirement.
Now, in terms of how you fund yourself, do you have any intention of going to international fundraising?
We are listed on the New York Stock Exchange, so our equity shares do get raised from the global markets. But currently, we are very, very comfortable on equity. We, in fact, are operating at a capital adequacy ratio of almost 20%, which is probably the highest amongst the various banks in the world. So we don't have any immediate need to raise equity capital. But we do keep raising debt, both domestically and internationally all the time. Last month, we just finished raising about $1 billion of debt from the global markets. And we would continue to look at the markets, and whenever the timing is right, we would keep raising funds.
Chanda Kochhar, thank you so much for doing it.